What happens to your heart, prostate, and brain? When you masturbate the wrong way after 60, did you know that improper masturbation habits can silently harm your heart, weaken your prostate, and rewire your brain's reward system, especially after age 60? Before we dive in, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you never miss essential insights on men's health. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think your habits have changed over the years, for better or worse? Introduction. Most men believe they've figured out everything about their body by age 60. But what if one deeply personal routine, something as private and habitual as masturbation, is now quietly harming your well-being? As men age, the body changes in profound, often invisible ways. What was once healthy and harmless can begin to work against you. In today's deep dive, we'll explore 7 critical masturbation mistakes that older men make. Mistakes that silently chip away at your circulation, hormonal balance, sexual vitality, and emotional connection. With over 6 decades of clinical insight guiding men through aging and intimacy, this isn't just theory, it's lived experience. Each section includes real-life examples, scientific research, and practical advice. Stay with us until the end, because mistake number 6 is the one that surprises even the most informed men. Drop a 1 in the comments if this topic resonates. Drop a 0 if it doesn't. Let's build a more open conversation around men's health. Part 1. Mistake number 1. Using pornography as the primary source of arousal. Startling truth. Relying on high-speed internet pornography as your main source of arousal can quietly sabotage your brain's reward system, particularly your dopamine sensitivity. At first glance, it seems harmless, a quick, easy solution to sexual boredom or loneliness. But over time, this convenience rewires your brain in dangerous ways. Men over 60 often describe a creeping numbness, a decline in emotional and physical excitement. You might hear them say, "I don't get turned on by my partner anymore," or "Nothing really excites me these days." While age-related hormonal shifts do play a part, there's another silent culprit that's often overlooked: chronic overstimulation from digital erotica. Scientific backing. Neurological research from Cambridge University has shown that frequent consumption of pornography can fundamentally alter the brain's reward system. The same areas that respond to drugs like cocaine, namely the mesolimbic dopamine pathway, are activated during porn use. But here's the problem. When this system is overstimulated day after day, it begins to dull its response. This is known as dopamine desensitization, and it's the same mechanism behind addiction. Dr. Valerie Voon, a neuroscientist who has studied compulsive sexual behavior, explains, "When the brain is flooded with artificial highs, it compensates by lowering its natural sensitivity to pleasure. Eventually, real-life intimacy begins to feel underwhelming, even boring. This means that what once brought you excitement, a loving touch, eye contact, sensual conversation, now barely registers. It's not just a psychological issue, it's a biological shift in how your brain processes pleasure and reward." Real-life example. Take the story of Mr. Richard, a 68-year-old retired teacher from Arizona. For over a decade, he used internet porn almost daily, a ritual he thought was keeping his libido alive. But over time, he noticed that physical intimacy with his wife became a chore rather than a joy. "It was like I had a remote control in my head, and the buttons were broken," he admitted. "I didn't feel anything, emotionally or physically." With encouragement from his therapist, he committed to a 60-day porn detox. The first 2 weeks were difficult. He experienced withdrawal-like symptoms, restlessness, low mood, and irritability. But by week 4, something changed. He began to feel drawn to his wife again, not just sexually, but emotionally. Touch began to carry meaning. Kisses sparked something again. "It was like color returned to a black and white world," and he said. Expert perspective. According to Dr. Gary Wilson, author of Your Brain on Porn, dopamine resets can be life-changing. Even a 30-day break can reboot your brain's reward circuitry. It's not about quitting sex. It's about quitting unnatural stimulation and returning to authentic connection. Situational analysis. This isn't just a problem for older men. Men of all ages, especially those who started consuming internet porn in their teens, are now reporting porn-induced erectile dysfunction, PIED, low libido, and intimacy aversion. The brain becomes conditioned to fast-paced novelty and endless stimulation, making monogamous, real-life intimacy seem slow and unsatisfying. Imagine watching action movies every day, then trying to enjoy a quiet walk in the park. Your senses are so accustomed to chaos that peace becomes unbearable. That's what chronic porn use does to your ability to feel real arousal. Solution. The most powerful first step is a dopamine reset, ideally for 30 to 60 days. During this time, eliminate all forms of porn, including soft or suggestive content. Practice mindful self-pleasure, focusing on sensations rather than fantasy. Reconnect with physical reality. Spend time outdoors, engage in hobbies, rebuild emotional intimacy. The goal isn't to shame your past behavior, but to retrain your brain to feel again. Many men report that after just a few weeks, their erections become stronger, their sensitivity returns, and their emotional bond with partners deepens. This isn't about willpower, it's about neuroplasticity, the brain's incredible ability to heal and adapt, says Dr. Nicole Prouse, a neuroscientist specializing in sexual behavior. Part 2, mistake number 2, masturbating on the toilet. Shocking stat, over 40% of men over 60 report dribbling urine. And this habit might be why. The bathroom feels private, but the sitting, hunched posture compresses your pelvic floor and prostate. Over time, this leads to reduced blood flow, swelling, decreased responsiveness. Medical insight: urologic imaging shows that toilet-based stimulation impairs pelvic circulation, contributing to post-urination dribble and weaker erections. Better option: switch positions, recline or stand. Allow your pelvic area to expand. This improves circulation and sensitivity. Part 3, mistake number 3, rushing through the experience. Hard reality: fast stimulation triggers climax, but not satisfaction. Older men often treat masturbation like a task: quick, mechanical, emotionless. This leads to lower oxytocin and serotonin release, post-orgasmic fatigue, emotional disconnection, brain chemistry. Check: your brain needs slow buildup to produce feel-good hormones. Quick release skips this step, leaving you drained. What to do instead? Breathe, pause, feel. Turn solo time into a sensual ritual, not a stress relief shortcut. Part 4, mistake number 4, ignoring the pelvic floor. Unknown fact: the pelvic floor is the foundation of male sexual health, and it weakens with neglect. Most men don't even know they have pelvic floor muscles, yet these muscles control erections, manage orgasm strength, regulate bladder function. True story: a former athlete in his 60s suffered erectile issues despite excellent health. His only problem? A weak pelvic floor. How to strengthen it? Practice Kegels. Contract the same muscles used to stop urine flow. Hold for 5 seconds, 10 reps a day. Results appear in weeks. Part 5, mistake number 5, extreme frequency swings. Surprising insight: both excessive and absent masturbation harm your health. Too much causes fatigue, inflames the prostate, lowers libido for real partners. Too little reduces blood flow to erectile tissue, leads to atrophy and lowered sensitivity. Best practice: 1 to 2 mindful sessions per week maintains hormonal balance and prevents stagnation. Like exercise, consistency beats intensity. Part 6, mistake number 6, using too much force. Devastating consequence: overly aggressive grip can permanently damage penile tissue. Clinical evidence: excessive pressure leads to microscopic nerve damage. Over time, this reduces elasticity and alters penile shape. Mental side effects: you begin to associate pleasure with pressure and lose the ability to enjoy gentle stimulation. Personal story: a 72-year-old man reported discomfort during arousal. Scans showed internal scarring. Within weeks of switching to softer touch, his pain subsided. Part 7, mistake number 7, treating it as mechanical, not emotional. Emotional truth: masturbation without emotional presence leads to emptiness. Over time, solo pleasure becomes disconnected, cold and mechanical. This dulls oxytocin and dopamine response, making future intimacy feel hollow. Hormonal science connected touch activates the parasympathetic nervous system, helping recovery, mood, immune health. Reframe the practice. Make it sacred. Use mindfulness. Show gratitude for your body. This reconnects you with your inner self and restores your identity as a man. Let us know in the comments, which of these 7 mistakes surprised you the most? And don't forget, hit like, share, and subscribe to empower more men to take back their health. Conclusion, summary, and final advice. Final reminder, none of these mistakes are irreversible, but left unchecked, they create a dangerous cascade. Hormonal imbalances, prostate inflammation, emotional numbness, physical dysfunction. Key takeaways: ditch the porn, slow down, and change posture. Build your pelvic floor. Find a healthy rhythm. Be gentle. Be mindful. And most importantly, reconnect with the meaning behind pleasure. You're not broken, you're evolving. And your body is waiting for you to adapt with wisdom instead of habit. If this helped you, hit that like button and share this with someone you care about. Subscribe for more evidence-based, heart-centered guidance on navigating aging with strength, intimacy, and dignity. You're not too late. You're just getting started.